What's good, everybody? What's good? How everybody doing out there? Okay, y'all ready? Woo! Okay, yeah, it was a rough night. Rough one, rough one. We in the hood, so they ain't had the heat on, no hot water. It was crazy. I gotta tell y'all the truth, it was crazy. They just turned the heat and the hot water back on. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. That's right, Sunday the 23rd. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. What's good, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's the 6 o'clock hour. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Like I always tell you, do me a favor, let me know where you're chiming in from so that we can make sure that we get content from where you are. We've been staying on point with that. We got to be honest with that. We've been really staying on point with our promise to keep the content, at least some of it, in the areas that you guys are from. I already know we got Grand Rapids in the building because that's Rebecca. How you doing this morning, Rebecca? Kendra, VA, already know the heartbreak state. We'll talk about that another time. Let's keep on going. What else we got? We got Kendra. We said that already. Kendra. We got my girl Batty Lynn tapping in. Batty Lynn tapping in from Michigan. That's how we do that. You already know how we do. We got my people's VIP auction group up in the building early in the morning, so you know what's going down. I'm not going to play no games. I'm getting right to it. I don't want to play today. I want to make sure that you guys are getting this content that I got for you because we got a lot to cover, and I promise you, this one is going to be a real good show today. I promise you that because we got a lot in the clip. I hope everybody's had a good night, slept well, woke up with the energetic thoughts like progress and how we're going to challenge today and keep on moving forward. I hope everybody's positive out there because that's what I am right now. I know everybody's like, just waking up like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But yes, this is our bottom line. It's time to get to work, even though it's Sunday. Time to get it on. So let's do it. So let's see who else we got up in here before I start. We got Money Tree in Miami. Good morning from Grand Rapids. Okay, who else we got up in here? VIP. Smash the like button. Not yet VIP. Let me get some work in. Let me earn it. I got no problem earning my keep because I got some work up in here I want you guys to get. So let me go ahead and get these clips together to make sure. Let me fix the camera. And I think we are good. How we doing, everybody? Come on, let's see a smile right now. Come on, let's everybody give a smile because we wasn't promised today. Just the fact that we made it, let's go ahead and give us a smile because there's no promises for tomorrow. And the fact that we able to be here today, let's go for that. Let's be happy about that, right? So without any further ado, I really want to get into these clips. I'm trying to get to work. We got a nice thumbnail here. We got a lot of stuff going on. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. Like I always tell you guys, keep on chiming in, letting me know where you guys are from. My people in VA, I see you. Grand Rapids, we always rock out with Michigan, trying to get some good content out of there instead of the craziness going on, because it was kind of crazy for the last two reports that we did out of Michigan. But without any further ado, not to waste time, let's get into these titles. Let's get to this work. What we got here? We've got Trump says no to Elon and China war plans. What do you mean by that? Well, basically, there was a meeting at the Pentagon. The New York Times reported that Elon Musk was being told sensitive information about a war that was possibly going to be going on with China, or like perspective or what could possibly be happening. Trump says that's not true and that it's all fake news. We're going to get into that. We got more. Let's go into the sub clips. We've got the WWE star Kane, who challenges Tim Waltz to a charity match. Yes, Tim Waltz. He said that he can beat up Democrats. He feels like that Republicans are weak. Tim Walsh, that's right, Tampon Tim, basically came out and challenged Republicans and said that he could take them. What do you guys think about that? Tampon Tim said he wanted to fight. So guess what? He didn't know that one of the Republicans is none other than WWE World Wrestling Champion Kane, who took him up on his offer. He said, hey, let's do it. Let's put up 100,000. It'll be great for charity. Your charity gets half. My charity gets the other one. But for some reason, we got crickets coming back from the Tim Walsh family. So let's keep on going, you guys. We also have the husbands of the former rep Cori Bush indicted for COVID and PPE loan fraud. Still going down, y'all. Whoever you know that had something to do with that PPE loan fraud, you probably think that they made it away, and you see what's going on with the IRS. But I'm sure that they're going to be continually trying to chase that money and come after people. So probably not out of the woods yet. But yeah, like I said, we're going to get into these top stories. Also want you guys to see what's going on with Ukraine, because again, the same way we said the other day that Ukraine and Russia said that they were going to have a peace talks and they were not going to bomb each other for the next 30 days. Well, it seems as if Russia, like I told you, they went against their agreement. And this is the backlash of what happened yesterday, which you guys probably did or did not see. But let's check it out. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Again, keep on tapping and letting me know where you guys are chiming in from. Hope you had a great evening. Let's go. These are the airstrikes from Russia and Ukraine yesterday. And this is the destruction that happened to the buildings and stuff that we actually don't get a chance to see. That's not really like reported. So what we get in the general news is that, oh, they're having peace talks. But things like this actually happened like yesterday. They knocked out the side of buildings. And this was on, March 21st. So it's not as if they're actually, I mean, they may be having peace talks, but as you know, Ukraine did strike Russia the other day when we showed you those drone strikes that hit the side of those buildings, and they were raining down on the roofs as well. Remember that, right? So now in retaliation, this is what Russia has done. So is this really peace talks we're talking about? Still going on, you guys. I mean, like, it's good that they have some type of dialogue going on, but I don't see this actually as being peace. It's not peace that I know. Let's keep on getting to work because, like I said, we have a lot to go into. We've got now, let's talk to Trump and see what he's going to talk about these tariffs, because real is real and a fact's a fact, but I'll be damned if my stomach ain't in my back. We broke up out here, y'all. We need this paper. I'm tired of paying tariffs. I know the egg prices went down a little bit, but no, it's still not right. And now we need to find out what's going on with our money. Let's get on to the bottom line, our bottom line of what we're really concerned about, our money and what's going on with these taxes. I mean, these tariffs. Let's see what Donald Trump has to say about these tariffs.
Mr. President, a number of industries have come to you asking for exemptions on tariffs. Is that something that is under consideration by you?
Well, people are coming to me and talking about tariffs, and a lot of people are asking me if they could have exceptions. And once you do that for one, you have to do that for all. So, I mean, generally, I did something interestingly during 2 weeks ago. I gave the American car companies a break because it would have been unfair if I didn't. And everybody said, oh, he changed his mind on tariffs. I didn't change my mind. I helped our, sort of big three, big four. I helped some of the American companies. And instead of taking it properly, they said, oh, he changed it. I don't change, but the word flexibility is an important word. Sometimes there's flexibility, so there'll be flexibility, but basically it's reciprocal, so that if China is charging us 50% or 30% or 20%, and I don't mean China, I mean anybody, any country, Canada. Nobody knows that Canada is charging our dairy farmers. They have 270% tariffs. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. They have up to 400%. They have a couple of tariffs at 400%. Nobody.
Sometimes they price you out, Prayers. You know how that go. They price you out because they don't want your product. Sometimes they look at your product as probably not good. And let's be honest about it. People don't really want the products that come from the United States. You hear it all the time. You hear all other countries say, we do not want those products because of what you guys put inside there. Let's be real, y'all. Let's call a spade a spade. So what they do is the same thing that I do. Let me show you a trick here. Perfect example. When you're doing a negotiation with a person that you don't really want to do business with, you still might want the business, but it may not be necessary for you to do it. Sometimes certain deals are just not worth it. Like when you're working for somebody and no matter what you do, they're never satisfied. Sometimes you say, you know what, I'd rather not work for this person. But they're like, no, 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 work with me, promise, I'll do this. You know what you do in that case? This is called pricing yourself out. If you normally charge $5 for that service, charge $300. So they can look at you and be like, what? That's the ridiculous price. How are you gonna charge me that? I thought that, well, you know, I'm very busy right now, and if I have to cut people out, I'm gonna have to, you know, be able to, you know, pay people back and in order to help you out with this situation here. This way, when you that's called pricing yourself out. Because you know 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, you know what, forget it, that costs too much. You didn't say no, you still gave them the opportunity to do the business, and then you got to get the hell away from them. Because sometimes all money ain't good money. You keep your mind. So now let's look in this state when it comes down to Canada, when it comes down to not really wanting that milk that you guys are sending over here. You see it's got this in it, see it's got that in it, if that's the case. So what we're gonna do, let's give them a ridiculous tariffs so they don't even try to get it over here. They priced us out in that category. That's how it happens in business. That's how it happens sometimes in life. What you guys got to say about that? Yes, sir, Kendra Walker, online poker rush. Yes, I sold cars, and he is right. What else we got here? Natalie Georgievich said, sad to say, we get screwed in the trade market. Yeah, we do, but let's think about it in the fair way. What if the stuff we're trading is garbage and not good for that country, and their nutrition people are like, we don't want that over here. Certain countries use fruit for coloring instead of us. We use, what's that stuff that they use, and they just finally took it out, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's derivative of petroleum. We use stuff like that. So a lot of countries don't want it. And it's fair for them not to want that. Online poker rush, the Democrats are losing so much. They surely are. Natalie Georgievich said, welcome, Mikey Paul. Welcome, Mikey Paul. Mikey Paul, how you doing? New follower here. Thank you so much, Mikey Paul, for being a new follower. You will definitely get shouts out. Definitely do us a favor. Chime in on the content if you feel that there's something that you want to speak about. That's what the platform is for. And not to hold you guys up, let's keep on going on with these tariffs and what they're talking about. Any questions? Let's keep it going. Come on, y'all. We hot today. Let's go. Nice stuff going on. Let's go.
They know that. Nobody talks about that. And remember, with Canada, we don't need their cars, we don't need their lumber, we don't need their energy, we don't need anything from Canada, and yet it costs us $200 billion a year in subsidy to keep Canada afloat. So when I say they should be a state, I mean that. I really mean that. Because we can't be expected to carry a country that is right next to us on our border. It would be a great state. It would be a cherished state. The taxes for Canadian citizens would go down in less than half. They don't spend money on military because they think we're going to protect them. There are many things that they do, like icebreakers. They want us to provide icebreakers for them. Oh, that's wonderful. So the Canada, they're very tough traders too. I want to just tell you, of all the people, they're tough traders. They trade very tough.
Yep, they sure do. Y'all see this right here? Y'all see this right here? This is Old Lang Syne. It's a champagne. For Old Lang Syne. We made this champagne. We own the trademark, right? We can't sell this in Canada. They don't take this size champagne bottle in Canada. We got to make special bottles just for them. That's just one thing. And then when it gets over there, you know, it gets on a different price point and everything like that. By the time you finish trade with Canada, it's not even worth it. So that's just one thing when it comes down to the alcohol market. Could you imagine what it's like with clothes and things of that nature? He's not lying. I'm telling you guys straight up because I deal with it all the time.
And, you know, the expression I use is some people don't have the cards. I used that expression about a week and a half ago, right? Somebody was negotiating who didn't have the cards, who's now, I think, saying that he wants to do it. And I think we're going to have a big deal on that very special something. We got to make a deal on that. But Canada, has been a very
Okay, y'all already know I know who you're talking about, and I ain't gonna make y'all wait. Talking about China, the ones that are really hard to trade with, to talk about, to do business with also. But what nobody's remembering, we only got a few months for this TikTok situation to come up. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Yeah, countdown is still going. So yeah, Xi Jinping, however you say his name, China. Yeah, that's who he's talking about. The other silent owner of TikTok.
very nasty negotiator against the United States, took advantage of the United States for a long time. But nobody knows that they were getting 270% tariffs on dairy products.
Mr. President, I don't think I've heard you say this in all of the talk about Canada becoming the 51st state. Are you concerned that if they became the 51st state, they would be a very, very blue state? Very, very big and very, very blue.
No, they might be, but it would, you know, you have that artificial line that goes, that straight artificial, that looked like it was drawn by a ruler. Somebody with a, I don't mean a ruler like a king, I mean like a ruler, this way. And it's just an artificial line that was drawn in the...
As far as Canada, I'm in no rush. Thanks for the info, Trump. That was fire. We still got more coming down the line with him. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you have a better understanding of tariffs and what we're doing right now? And then you have to also remember, like I keep telling you every day, our president is a businessman. That means he's going to do business. He's going to trade. And that means that he's going to negotiate. Sometimes he's going to fall back. Sometimes he's going to press. And then when there's waves, sometimes you have to wait it out. And that's what we're dealing with right now up until the April 2nd deadline, because he didn't want to do April 1st. He thought it was like April Fool's Day. I'm not going to do anything on April Fool's Day. People are going to take it for a joke. So now we have a April 2nd deadline where tariffs are actually going to be implemented. And then we're going to see what the ramifications are. What's projected is everyone is going to probably try to settle before the April 2nd deadline, and then we're going to have a smooth situation going on where we have an understanding of tariffs and things should run a little better. I think that's what he's talking about, especially when it comes down to Xi Jinping, if I'm saying his name right. He's a very hard negotiator. I'm talking about, go look up some Kevin O'Leary interviews when he's talking about doing trade with China. You guys got to look at other people instead of always looking at Trump, because you may not like him, but when many people are saying the same thing about someone or a country, 9 times out of 10, if somebody say it stink, it's probably funky. And they probably got closer than you did and they know a little more about it. So now that that's down and we know what's going on with tariffs, we already see the craziness that's going on with this. I think that it's time to show where we at right now. Let me just make sure I got my timeline right, if you guys don't mind. Thank you for holding me down for that. Just want to make sure I'm on point right now. All right, yeah, we got to do this situation right here because, as you know, there's a lot going on with Elon Musk now that he's the head of Doge. There's a lot of people giving pushback. We talked yesterday about people that are being arrested for like firebombing Tesla locations and dealerships and stuff of that nature. Now we've got some new information here where there's we got this Tesla owner. I want to let you guys see what the actual owners are dealing with now, because I was thinking about buying a Tesla, but now I'm not so interested in buying one due to the fact that they're being like vandalized and everything. Let me show you what an actual owner, what happened to an owner that dropped his Tesla off at a dealership. He thought he was going to be safe dropping it off at a dealership, but check out what happened when he dropped it off at the dealership, y'all.
Joining me now is Roe. Now, for security reasons, he prefers that we not use his last name. His Cybertruck was in for service at a Tesla dealership when it was vandalized. Get this, spray painted with swastikas and various curse words. Roe, thank you for joining us. So you walk up thinking you're going to get your Tesla after being serviced, and you see this. What's your reaction?
Yeah, I was definitely kind of taken back by the whole situation. We were notified by Tesla. I was supposed to pick it up at 3 p.m. last Monday, and then they notified me at 2:30 p.m. that my car was vandalized overnight, and they're working on getting it cleaned up. I was unaware at the time exactly what was on the car. I messaged them about an hour later, they got back to me that they were working on getting the symbols off the car. I figured it probably wasn't smiley faces, so I said, oh, okay. Then they sent me photos and confirmed that they were Nazi swastikas written on my Cybertruck and 5 others in the lot as well overnight.
And
Nazi swastikas. Somebody broke into the dealership. He's Jewish. That hits home. That's terrible right there. What you guys think about that? Car Care. April Fool's Day is the day for the evil for evil to lie. Comrade Dog says online poker rush. How are you? No, I ain't gonna say that because that's my dude right there. I ain't gonna say that. Nah, it's too much going on with Tesla. Kendra said, nah, it's too much going on with Tesla. Online said, so please stop fear mongering. What we got here? Online Poker Rush said tariffs won't fall because if they don't bargain, we will still charge them. All countries want to do business with America. We have the highest GDP. Yes, we actually do. Car Care. Evil is a part of time, occupation, and all. What else we got going on down here? Somebody, or Rebecca. Rebecca, you look like your comments getting struck down there. What you saying, girl? Keith said, I like the old America before the nonsense, the BS, shame, really. I do too, Keith. You're right about that. John Brown said, hey, yo, good morning. Yo, do me a favor, you guys. Y'all appreciate the content. Let's get those likes up. Hit the 3 buttons over there so we can let everybody know what we got going on here. Still want to finalize on this right here where this person dropped off his car at the Tesla dealership to find out that they had swastikas on it.
the swastika itself, for you personally, it's horrible for any American, but for you personally, what did it do to you?
It was, for my partner and myself, we are Jewish as well, and it was kind of a stab in the heart because this day and age in 2025, you get swastikas written on your vehicle in America, let alone anywhere else in the world. It definitely takes you back a little bit. We didn't necessarily feel personally attacked, being it obviously was done to other Tesla vehicles, so obviously it was probably targeting Elon and his companies, and not necessarily me personally or my partner. But yeah, definitely it was. It's kind of a wake-up call to really, kind of the reality we're living in these days. It's very disheartening.
No, that's about one thing that happened, swastikas. But the reason why it caught my eye is because it actually happened inside of the dealership. Now, could you imagine a dealership calling you like, yeah, we got to get the symbols off. Well, these symbols you talking about, man, I ain't got no damn symbols on my car. You crazy? What are y'all talking about? And then to find out it's that. And then like to be a Tesla owner right now, it's not too... it's not too safe, because you might be fixing that Tesla every other day because of what people are doing. But I want you guys to see a great story that you're going to smile about. First, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, got him. But this right here, I love stories like this. When predators get caught, especially in stings, when they think they're coming to meet up with children, and the police just pop out like, hey, how you doing? Watch your head. And then they like this, taking that stupid ride. I love it all day. So when I found this clip, I said, oh my God, yeah, they're going to love this. It just warms my heart to see them get them silver bracelets. Silver bracelets, silver bracelets. They're one size fits all, even if you're fat. You'll get 2 pair. Police don't care. And they'll even do your legs if you act up. So watch this. Check this right here. We're about to show you some editor praise, some predators that basically thought that they were getting away with some pretty nasty crimes, y'all. Thumbs up if y'all appreciate the content, especially after this. Watch this.
Well, over a dozen online sex predators are arrested in Seguin, the Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office, working with multiple agencies on an operation that lasted 3 days.
And tonight, Ken Spy's Rania Kaur spoke with investigators.
In some instances, those online sex predators were trying to target a minor. The Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office telling me they were also able to rescue 2 human trafficking victims. Over the course of 3 days, 14 online sex predators were arrested in Seguin.
Really, they come in all shapes and sizes, right?
Got 'em.
I think they're exploiting the most vulnerable people in our society. Not only children, but just just trafficking victims.
The operation conducted by Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office in combination with 9 different agencies. Guadalupe County Sheriff Joshua Ray says, in some instances, those predators believed they were talking to minors when they were actually talking to a detective.
I can basically tell you that it was a location that they were coming to solicit the type of activities that they were trying to encounter, and which of course were illegal. And we were prepared to apprehend them when they came.
Got him. You saw that? They homeboy tried to go to the door on some straight little perv stuff like this. Tap, tap, tap. Came out there like, get up against the wall. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What we got here? Online Poker Rush said Drake's John Brown coming from Drake's bestie. Ha ha. Okay, car care. What else we got? Y'all don't know I don't like Kendrick. Bam! Out of here. I'm gonna finish all that right now. Car care, no car, no police. Natalie said, morning, Keith. What else we got? Imagine walking to jail because of no cars. What else? Online Poker Rush. I'll take the high road because I know we're right. What else we got here? We got John Brown. Morning, Mad Hatter. You know Mad Hatter was a real thing from where, yeah, I definitely know where that was. That slowly make you insane. Kendra Walker start laughing. Kendra Ducks. Shout out to all of the Liverpool and people in the UK. Do me a favor, you guys, if y'all like this content, do me a favor. Let's talk about this. Let's get something going on with the comments as far as the dialogue is concerned. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking about this content right here. If it's something that you guys think is really good as far as like, because I think it's great, especially when they think they coming to get at little kids. And next thing you know, get up against the wall. What are you doing? Oh my God, what happened? Yeah. And now you got to tell your family, you got to tell your wife if you got one. 9 times out of 10, you probably do. You're going to miss work. They're going to wonder what you got. People are going to start running your name. And now you're coming back as a child, you know, not even going to say the rest of that. But yeah, let's keep on going, y'all, with the topic on this story. And do me a favor, let's get those likes up because we definitely got enough people in the building to get those likes up to 80, our favorite number. I'm working, so let's keep it going. Your boy been up since 6 o'clock, pooling since 3. Let's get it popping. Let's show you appreciation the way I appreciate you. Let's keep it going, y'all. I want y'all to see the rest of this story. This fool here came with pizza.
The suspects, all men, trying to target women, in some cases as young as 14 years old.
There's a couple different methods and ways that they can do it.
Pizza.
It's through social media, it's through different applications, it's through individual websites.
The issue is a priority and is personal to the sheriff.
Our point of emphasis is the child predators, but we also catch sexual predators in general within the net of the investigation.
Sheriff Ray says they're not going to stop here. They're going to continue conducting operations like this all across Guadalupe County. In Seguin, I'm Rania.
All right, y'all. We got that down. That was a phenomenal story for me because I like to see them get them silver bracelets. And now we're going to move on because what do you think about AI? I know the other day there was somebody in the comments talking about the AI girlfriends, the ones that like, you know, they're cyber girls. They look like a robot. They almost move like, you know, like a real woman. And they got the hair and everything. And they be like, you know, looking all droned out and stuff. What y'all think about those? Well, they've just like went up as far as like the abilities for like these robots I'm about to show you. This robot right here looks like he's ready to go to war. He can do anything that basically our bodies can do, all sorts of flexing. He can flip on the ground. He can do a backflip. Perfect. I'm talking about they got the agility up on these new robots now. And the way that they move, he actually is moving like a human being. I want you guys to see this. I don't know if they're training them and they're probably showing a toned down version, but watch this. This is called Walk, Run, Crawl. It's a real life fun, something that's made by Boston Dynamics. It's a robot, y'all. It's like a cyber robot. I want y'all to see how it's moving. Check this out. Man, can you imagine? Now imagine if somebody teach him karate. Somebody be like, program him to know how to fight like Bruce Lee / bang bang. Man, that thing will be out here like, whoa, damn you! You killed my master, son of a bitch! Yo, you see that? Agility off the chain right there, boy. They did their thing. What we got going on over here? Online Poker Rush said, car care, car care, I will buy one. Car care dying laughing. You can get the robot programmed for combat. See, I told you. Money Tree said you can get it programmed for combat. That's not a robot. What is it, Mona? You tell me. John Brown, I like to refer to them as clankers. Okay. Online Poker Rush. Okay. Car Alvarez, you ever seen robot? What else we got here? We got John Brown, little sketch, the little bot NVIDIA made is pretty dope. Tesla is about to release an auto bot that will do practically anything. There's going to be more of them than people in society one day. Wow, someday. Car care, you got 25K? What, to buy one of these, that's what it costs? Your Online Poker Rush, is that what it costs for one of these? Car care said robots are friends. Yeah, all right. Y'all ever see iRobot? Tommy said, get it together, bro. Get a life. I don't know who you're talking to. Appreciate you. Yes, Kendra, how you doing this morning? The robot dogs are freaky. I want a robot. That's what Car Care said. I want one too, but it's kind of crazy. Like somebody said, what if they programmed them and like iRobot? Next thing you know, they outside the crib like this. And then they just reprogram to come and get you and change. Man, listen, do me a favor, y'all. We got enough people in the building. Let's get those likes up. I've been up too late, too early. Come on, y'all. I need to get those likes up. We got 29 likes. We got over 200 people in the building. Marielle's not here today to make you guys do what y'all got to do. And who else? I don't see Batty Lynn. So I'm going to have to ask you guys to go ahead and get those likes up. I really appreciate it. What it does is it lets everybody know what we're doing and what we got going on. And it helps the channel. I don't ask for coffee because I got coffee in the kitchen. Don't worry about that. You ain't got to give me nothing over here. But I would appreciate if we make the ends justify the means, because we do have a lot of content coming up. And we just not even halfway through the show. So let's keep on going. And also, keep on chiming in and let me know what you think about this. Somebody said something very smart. They can be programmed for combat. Very smart. I think so myself. He's got speakers on his legs. You know how to break dance. Homeboy just did a cartwheel. So yeah, if he can do all that, I'm not putting it past him. I'm just saying, imagine you come home and he mad. He'd be like this in the kitchen and you like, what's going on with you? Next thing you know, be like, man, listen, you can't beat no robot. Imagine he throw up his hands to fight you. I ain't messing with no robot. I don't want one. I'm good. I am good. Your girlfriend programmed that thing to whip your butt. Probably gave the poor robot a STD. You crazy. Mona said, that's a human. Anarchy Television said, remember Terminator has to come before the Matrix. John Brown said, look up the NVIDIA bot. It's awesome. Yeah, we will do that. Everybody on the line. John Brown said, look up the NVIDIA bot. AJ said, it'll be great for security for the elderly. Yes, it will. No Reply said, sweep the leg. That's a cheap move. I seen it in Karate Kid. Oh yeah, you funny. Yes, she was an OPR. All right, y'all. That was walk, run, jump. And I want you guys to see now what's going on with these ICE detainees, because it seems like I wonder what this judge is going to want them to do with this ICE detainee, the one that escaped Aurora jail. You guys hear about this? There was a power outage at the jail in Aurora, and two of the two criminals, what do they call them? Illegal criminals, migrants escaped. One of them was caught. One of them is still out. Check this out right here. You guys remember Aurora? I think that's the same place where that the apartment complex was taken over. They have a lot of problems going on out there with Tren de la Ragua and what's that? The MS-13 gangs. So we got one of them guys that got caught, but one of them is still out.
We have an update in the case of two men who escaped from the ICE facility in Aurora this week. One has now been found and is back in federal custody. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Jennifer Meckles.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. The arrest happened early this morning in Adams County, just north of Denver. Investigative reporter Jeremy Hohola has been following this latest development, and Jeremy found this man has now been charged with escape, and you attended his first court hearing this afternoon. What'd you learn there?
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Beyond what authorities are saying publicly, we have new details from federal court documents and what attorneys said during a court hearing this afternoon for the man who was arrested. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says they found Joel Gonzalez near Federal and 64th around 4:30 this morning. A quick recap here. Investigators say on Tuesday, Gonzalez and another man detained at the ICE facility in Aurora escaped during a power outage. That power outage caused the doors to the facility to remain unlocked, allowing the two men to walk through the doors and then scale a fence.
Wow.
According to court records we pulled, authorities found a trail of blood from the facility to a homeless encampment nearby where it ended. Then fast forward to this morning. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says one of their deputies found Gonzalez while responding to a suspicious person call. 2 hours ago, I attended the court hearing for him. A public defender in the courtroom today told the judge Gonzalez actually called authorities to turn himself in and wanted to give up information on the other escapee to get out of trouble.
Oh, he was trying to snitch. Y'all already heard it. Yo, I want to come in, but Papi, I telling you where the other guy is too. You do make it a little easy for me, okay? Papi, por favor, do me the favor, please. I tell you where the other guy is, pero don't make it so hard for me. What else we got up in here, y'all? What we got over here? These little snitching ass. Get out of here. John Brown. Yeah, no way. Let illegal people stay. It's not fair to people who have been waiting to do the right way. I don't know why these people you see that have been here 30 years and being deported never did the legwork to legalize. That's a great question, and that's something I always say, John Brown, because that's when they say what we talked about yesterday again. When the casualties of these arrests come, abuela, grandma and grandpa are in the house, or your old uncle is sitting up in the house, and the next thing you know, he gets jammed up into that arrest. Why? Because of what you just said there. Been here 30 years and didn't try to legalize. I don't know if that's going to help, because if they've already told you that you got to leave and you stay here, I don't know if that's going to help you no matter how long you stay here when it comes to that part. But just flying under the radar that long and thinking that you're going to be safe, that's probably where they got comfortable. How about I would say that they got comfortable in that aspect, in that regard. But I don't think that they could legalize if they were already priorly went to court and they were told by a judge that they had to leave. What else we got over here, y'all? What we got? We got Online Poker Rush that said Elon said in 10 years AI will be smarter than humans. Online Poker said yes, Art, I agree. Art said, if everyone buy those robots, not only they made their money, they will be here to destroy the human race. If you're enjoying the content, double tap that screen, please. Y'all heard Kendra. If y'all enjoying the content, we only got 40 likes up in here. We should have much more going on. Y'all real tight today, boy. Woo! Y'all ain't showing no love on them likes, but it's all good because we got a bunch more in the clip. We're gonna keep on going. It's Sunday. A lot of people not up, so we're gonna stay positive on that. We're gonna stay positive. But I do want to bring you guys up on the title now, because I do want to explain what we meant when we said Trump says no to Elon and China war plans, when everyone said that Elon was there, listened in on what was happening when they were at the Pentagon and they were talking about the war plans. Trump says he was not privy to the information. What do you guys think? Do you think they're being honest? I want to ask you guys that question. Do you think they're being honest about that? Because this is what they say.
We're seeing Elon Musk at the Pentagon today, are hearing about Defense Department cuts, and their thoughts are immediately going to the safety of their loved ones who are currently deployed.
Well, we're making our country strong. And when they see a thing like that and they hear that story about Elon and China, what they should do is realize that the New York Times is a corrupt institution, because I think they're the ones. They knew that story wasn't true. Nobody believed that story. People that when I first called, they laughed when they heard this story. Nobody believed it, that the Pentagon was giving him a briefing on what war with China would look like. And he has business. No, they made that up because it's a good story to make up. They're very dishonest people. Look, I have it with the Times, and you'll see more and more of it. To me, it's a very dishonest organization. But a story like that is made up. It's total fiction. And I just wanted to make sure. I called up Chief of Staff and I called up Pete, and I said, "Is there any truth to that?" Absolutely not. He's there for Doge, not there for China. And if you ever mention China, I think he'd walk out of the room. He wouldn't take it anyway.
What do you think about that, guys? Because they don't want him privy to knowing what's going on in that meeting. And they let it slip when they said this was a meeting about a possible war in China that may happen. So, of course, we don't want him in that meeting. So, yeah, y'all making meetings about possible wars? I mean, you got to do it anyway, but he definitely don't need to be in on a meeting like that. What do you guys think about that? Come on now. Okay, thanks, Kendra. What else you got? You're welcome. Online Poker Rush said he could shut off all of the Teslas if he wants. Car Care said Big Papa Trump. Online Poker Rush said I am concerned about control with Elon though. See, this is why I like that's why I like people, you guys, because you could actually be for the party or against or for the person, and you still have your personal opinion. I feel the same way about this right here too. Online said the same thing. They're really, hopefully, I'm just gonna say this for us. Hopefully, he's not gonna do anything that has to do with hurting us. But and it seems as if the major concern is him having information that he could actually be, that he can use against us, or as well as probably against China. That's what the real concern is here. What else we got here? We got Car Care, guns down. Guns don't kill. Cars don't kill. What we got? Mona, nothing new under the sun. Natalie says, tap the like button, y'all, and thanks, everybody. Come on, what else we got? Online said, yeah, Trump said Elon can't know that high security information. I think Trump is being honest. Okay, Online, you heard what Online said, y'all. Mona, do you really think Elon Musk can destroy the human race? Come on. This world been around a long time, and I'm pretty sure it's seen its variety of Elons. I mean, we are dealing with the guys that's buying up all the farms. Look into that guy, because y'all worried about Elon. Worry about the bug food. Yeah, worry about the bug food guy, the one that's buying up all the farms. Do me a favor, you guys. Let's go ahead and get them likes up, because we got much more content. I don't want to hold it up anymore, so let's go.
So it's just a made-up story.
You guys are denying this New York Times report that Elon Musk was going to be shown a 20 to 30 page presentation about a theoretical war plan against China. Why not just show it to Elon?
I don't want to show it to anybody. You're talking about a potential war with China. Now, I deal with these people all the time, and I'm dealing with Pete. I'm dealing with these gentlemen on numerous different airplane purchases, and I think they're all going to be great. But I don't want other people anybody seeing potential war with China. We don't want to have a potential war with China, but I can tell you if we did, we're very well equipped to handle it. But I don't want to show that to anybody. But certainly you wouldn't show it to a businessman who is helping us so much. He's a great patriot. He's paying a big price for helping us cut costs, and he's doing a great job. He's finding tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse. But I certainly wouldn't want, Elon has businesses in China, and he would be susceptible perhaps to that. Very bad to us on tariffs. They charge 100%.
So I wanted you guys to see that. And it's funny how you guys said the same thing in the comments. Everybody's on the same accord in the comments. And not 100% agreeing with everything that they're being told. People have their own opinions. That's what I like as well. And we have that forum to do that. Nigel says, wise up, brother. You're nuts. You act like you have a job. Nigel, you're funny. Car Care. Imagine a love war. People fighting for love. Oh, imagine that, Car Care. Money Tree. Y'all paying attention to Elon when you need to be worried about the people that's giving out fake news on mainstream. Hey, that's good. That's a good one. But we still got to look into the news to see if it's fake or not and make our own assumptions and make our own determinations. Kendra Walker says, so much distractions. Can we hear more about the person buying up all of this farmland? Yeah, let's go there. Talk about that farmland guy. Jerry Caldwell said, good morning. You're spot on. Love your show. From Dallas, Miss C. Thank you so much. Join the channel so you can keep on getting content like this. And do me a favor, you guys, whoever wants to subscribe, we're almost at that 30,000, that milestone. Really trying to get there soon. If you want to be a member of the channel, you can also do that. But go ahead and hit those 3 buttons over there. That like's gonna come down. Hit that like button. Also turn on post notifications so that you know when we're on, even though you know that we're on every day at 6 o'clock. But I still got more to give you. We have a lot more in the clip. I want you guys to see a little more what's going on with immigration right now. We have a family that's about to be broken up by immigration. This one individual is being told by ICE that he has to report and he has to go back to India. They've only given him like 7 days. I want to know what you guys think about this story. I think there's much more underlying in the story. That's why I wanted you to see it. There's many families right now that are being separated. It's just something about this particular family right here. I just want you guys to give me your opinion on what you think about this story right here and the family. Let's go. Let's get it. This is the Florida man who was told by ICE to return to India or face arrest. And you know when you face arrest and get deported now, you have no chance of coming back. So that's another reason why people are getting so nervous, because once they say you have to leave, if you don't and you do get arrested, now you're messing up your chances of actually coming back legally, because that's a new law. So check this out.
May not be a legal American citizen, but he's a human being, and he has rights.
Only on Action News Jax, a Middleburg family begging for help after they claim that ICE officials are threatening the husband, who is an Indian national, with immediate deportation and criminal charges. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Ben Becker. Action News Jax Jake Stofan is live from the family's home in Middleburg. And Jake, after you started asking questions, they got a new message from ICE.
Yeah, they got a new message. They pushed this, now they said, now just because you call the news, they want you to leave earlier. That's what ICE did.
May not be a legal American citizen, but he's a human being, and he has rights.
Only on Action News Jax, a Middleburg family begging for help after they claim that ICE officials are threatening the husband, who is an Indian national, with immediate deportation and criminal charges. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Ben Becker. Action News Jax Jake Stofan is live from the family's home in Middleburg. And Jake, after you started asking questions, they got a new message from ICE.
Well, that's right. Just within the last hour, I heard from the family's attorney that the husband has now been given until Saturday to purchase a plane ticket back to India and leave the country voluntarily. Now, this comes after the family says ICE officials came to their door this morning demanding the husband come out and threatening him with criminal charges and saying they would come back with a warrant when he refused.
So this is that part that I'm talking about. Let's take it to the Awelo and Awela part. Let's say that they were already told that they're supposed to go back home about 10 or 15 years ago, right? And they're inside of that house. When they come get him, they going too. Yeah, that's how that go. Because you ain't got your paperwork neither. Oh, everybody. And that's not good. It's not cool. I'm not laughing about this. It's not funny. I'm not taking any sides. I just want you guys to see what they call what do they call that? Certain type of damage, collateral damage, when things like this happen. Also, when they put it on the news, they pushed up the date for him to have to leave. Man, if that ain't a kick in the butt. Woo!
I cannot leave my kids and my wife. I can't.
Tapan Purohit and his wife, Ashley Kennedy.
Elevate your AI experience with
Purohit feel they're living a nightmare. Tapan came to America on a J-1 visa in 2011. It expired in 2013. Last year, he married Ashley, and they filed an I-130 marriage petition in hopes of regaining his legal status.
Now, do you guys think that they filed that paperwork and got married to try to keep him here? Like ATF after the fact? not alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Y'all know that we don't use that for that. ATF, after the fact. Do you think that they went and got married after the fact, just like they just said, in order to try to prevent him from being sent to India? But prior to that, a court had already told him that he had to leave. That's the hard part, guys. That's the hard part that we have to deal with. John Brown. Okay, the car care. Oh, okay, you got Sarah N. Okay, stay asleep online poker. Mikey Paul said, yes, people pay big money. Online poker rush. Nah, y'all not staying on topic. I ain't gonna talk about that. Not talking about that. Keith said, bye-bye America. Bye-bye American Sly. Money Tree. He need to take them tears back to his country because they short on water. Oh, shit. Oh my God, who is that? Yo, I gotta. Money Tree said he need to take them tears back to his country because they short on water. Man, if that ain't razor sharp right there, yo, you tried it, yo, that's foul. That's foul. I'm talking about wow. That's some content right there, boy. Yes, 4 laughing faces. That was crazy. How many people think he's not really crying? Oh my God, they got me going back to my. How many people think he's not actually crying? Because it doesn't seem like it, you know, to me. That's the only thing, you know. And it does seem like, you know, they probably got married for him to stay legal. But man, Money Tree, that was crazy. Yes, they did. Bye. And then we got Rebecca said, yes, collateral damage. It's sad, but he had many chances. Jai, Trump wife should be deported as well. Frank Vrooman, good morning, Frank Vrooman. Stay woke, Sarah. Gwendolyn said, yes. Frank Vrooman said, ha, ha, ha. Trey Nelly said, play stupid games, which win stupid prizes. So, yeah, I think, personally, I think I know he got married to stay in the country. I could just tell. He said it already. They said it. Let's go back. I'm going to prove it because that's what they said. Thinking that it would block something about an I-90.
Purohit feel they're living a nightmare. Tapan came to America on a J-1 visa in 2011. It expired in 2013. Last year, he married Ashley, and they filed an I-130 marriage petition.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Man, 12 years you stayed here, and then you decided to get... Oh, you know what? Trump was coming in office. He said, I got to get right just in case Trump come in office because I know what's about to happen. Okay, it's all coming together now, buddy. Let's keep it going.
In hopes of regaining his legal status.
I prayed so hard that God would send me a good, kind, loving man that would finally be that piece that was missing in our lives, and he did.
Things took a turn last December when Tapan was arrested and charged with
She says she prayed that God would send her a good man, someone that would help them and you know, because her and her kids, you know, she was looking for a good man to help her raise her kids, you know. So this Indian man met her, and he felt that, you know, I'll be the dad, I'll be the daddy, I'll be your huckleberry, I'll be your huckleberry.
resisting an officer without violence, a charge that was ultimately dropped. But over the next few months, he was ordered by ICE to purchase a plane ticket for removal, which he did. According to the family's attorney, they filed a series of emergency motions, hoping to delay his removal to give time for the marriage petition to be processed. His motion to delay his deportation was denied on March 11th, but 2 of those other motions are still pending.
At that point, our attorneys had told us to go ahead and cancel the plane tickets, that we had motions filed so that we should have time to be able to continue to petition and pursue.
But according to the family, ICE officials arrived at their home this morning demanding Tapan come outside to be taken into ICE custody for deportation. He did not. The family claims ICE officials told them they'd return with a warrant and charged Tapan with failure to comply with supervised release.
And at that point, they can kick our door down and come in front of...
Failure to comply with supervised release. He already floating on the possibility of not coming back. He's already playing around with the possibility of not having a chance to come back. He's already stayed 12 years past his time. Tried to get married, that didn't work. Now they came to get him and he ain't coming outside. I don't think they're gonna let him back in the country, even if he tries to do it the legal way now. He's done too much to try to do it like the Sean Ye way instead of trying to do it the legal way. He should have did that earlier. He should have actually left, tried to file some papers, and then got married to her, and then that probably would have worked, you know? But you're not going by the rules, and you've been there 12 years already. Online Poker Rush said, people tend to blame Trump for all of the loopholes in the law, but it's not Trump's fault, it's Congress's fault. I'm reading comments, y'all. Money Tree said, shit, she can leave with him. Yo, man. Money Tree said, shit, she can leave with him. Yo, Money Tree, I swear to God, bro, you a dope host, man. You ain't no joke. Money Tree, you a male or female? Like, Money Tree, that's like, yo, Money Tree is like the Godfather that's razor sharp, like you don't play with me. What? Bang! I'm talking about the slick, yo, the game is fire. What's up, Daddy? How you doing? They won't let him back in. He broke the law. Denny Blazer said she can move to India. Money Tree says, shit, she can go with him, straight up and down. That was crazy, Money Tree.
My children and take my husband in front of them.
Ashley Art. So she was about to say our children, but they not. Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Y'all heard that they just got together. She said, take him in front of my children and take my husband. So, you know, not trying to doodle on it, but this is like the ready-made situation where it was like, just add dad. How many of y'all think that he saw the opportunity and was like, white woman, she has 2 children, she has house and home. Let me go hook up with her. Maybe I can stay in the country. That's probably what the government thought too, because people ain't stupid. They're not dumb. People know what, these people in the government that deal with all of this stuff, they haven't been born yesterday and thinking that they don't know that people get married just to stay in the country. Come on.
Argues her husband still has a right for the motions to be heard. Tapon and Ashley run a local business and argue they're good, hardworking Americans, not criminals. But they claim throughout this process, they've been treated as less than human by ICE officials.
I said, like, my wife is pregnant, so, like, so he said, like, oh, that's not your kid, that's her kid.
Ashley says,
whoa, now tell me that wasn't crazy. Well, that's what they say when the mama's baby, daddy's maybe, right? He reported to the police and was like, yeah, but my wife is pregnant. He was like, that's her kid, not yours. Yo, that's crazy. It just seems as if they're already on to him trying to delay, and do certain things. This story is really peeling itself open like an onion at this point. What else we got here? Guy says, hello, everyone. I just got here. Okay, what's up, Guy? How you doing? Online Poker Rush said, like a lot of y'all think that illegal immigrants are not all due process. Yes, they are according to the First and Fourth Amendments in the Constitution. Everyone is entitled to due process. That's true. Warp once said, even marrying a U.S. citizen still have a bunch of paperwork to fill out before they can get married legally. Online Poker Rush said, but the alien enemies that contradicts that. You see what I'm saying? It contradicts that. You see what I'm saying? Loopholes in the law. Lisa, got some nasty store owners in my area. Guess who we'll be calling? You mean somebody sent me a piece of paper, right? If you go in the comments of the post in the area in the post section, somebody sent me a piece of paper and they thought that it would be interesting for me to put up, and it has the phone number for like ICE and like, you know, Homeland Security. They said if anybody needed the number, just to put it up in the post area. So if anybody actually needed the number for something like that, I mean, I guess that's what they would use it for. So, I mean, I just put it up because they asked me to. So it ain't got nothing to do with me. But when you guys ask me to put stuff up and it has to do with what we're talking about, I go ahead and put it up. And so that information is there. If y'all need those phone numbers, you can use them. Let's go.
she feels like this sudden rush is being driven by a numbers game intended to fulfill a political agenda rather than ensure public safety.
It's just another check on the box. We deported 1,001 people today, and Taban gets to be that 1,001.
Now, the family's attorney tells me she's holding out hope those two outstanding emergency motions that are currently sitting on an immigration judge's desk will be granted before the Saturday deadline. We reached out to ICE for comment on this situation and are still waiting to hear back.
Yeah, so that was yesterday. Y'all already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be all over it. I'm gonna find out if he was out of here, taken out. I'm sure they're gonna follow up on this story. If they do, y'all know we got it here. It's gonna be exclusive on the channel. Fantastic story. I love the way that we went back and forth on that. That was so dope. Oh my God, y'all ain't no joke. I'm so happy that you guys are here because this content needed to get out, and to get the dialogue that we had is straight priceless for a Sunday morning. You guys still, if you like the content that we're sharing right now, do me a favor, I'm gonna ask it again. Let's get those likes up to let everybody know what we're doing. Let's get those likes up. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, now we're gonna keep on going because now we got this second suspect that was arrested in the shooting of a woman that was robbed during an East Side robbery. She was killed over $100. $100 by somebody. As soon as you see his face, you're gonna just be able to tell. Yes, he needs to go under the jail. Not trying to wish bad things on people, but if he's really guilty of this crime and killing this old lady for $100, I think that's where he deserves to go. You guys let me know what y'all think because this story right here is kind of sensitive. It happened on the Lower East Side. I feel for the husband because he's never going to see his wife again. This is terrible.
She lost her life to protect her husband from robbers. Tonight, a second arrest in the murder of a woman shot in the face.
Cops say they captured the suspect, Joshua Bell, in South Carolina. The victim shot to death inside her apartment building on the Lower East Side back in September.
Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu is live in Chinatown where the accused attacker will face charges. Janice?
Well, Mike and Sade, Joshua Bell is the second person to be charged in this brutal murder that took place on the Lower East Side back last September. And Bell was walked out of the 5th Precinct here behind me just a couple of hours ago.
Hey Josh, why'd you do it? Anything you want to say?
Bell didn't have anything to say as detectives led him handcuffed into the back seat of a car. Authorities tracked down the 19-year-old in South Carolina earlier this week, about 6 months after the murder of Yingzhu Liu. Bell is charged with second-degree murder, robbery, burglary, and criminal possession of a weapon. His accomplice, a 16-year-old, was arrested in September. He's being charged as an adult and faces the same charges as Bell.
Looking like Sideshow Bob. Damn shame killed that lady for no reason. That's a damn shame. Let's keep going. I'm sorry.
Liu was shot and killed in front of her family in the condo building they lived in on Market Street on September 9th. Police say Bell and the 16-year-old followed Liu's husband into the building and to the 8th floor and tried to rob him. Liu and their adult son came out into the hallway after hearing the commotion, and that's when she was shot in the face and the son was beat up. The pair got away with the man's phone and about $100.
Stupid, petty crime, over $100. Followed this man home and killed his wife. And y'all talking about New York is safe. We have enough police and stuff out here. I'm not trying to blame it on the police or anything like that, but you got guys like this running around right now feeling like they can do anything that they want. 16-year-olds basically not going to get as much time as him because he's older. So he's going to be looked at with the law as the one that actually probably perpetrated and really put everything together. 16-year-olds still going to get time because it's after 15 you still can be charged. Actually, well, any age you can still be charged as an adult. And both of them are definitely going to be charged with the murder because of the simple fact that it happened in the course of a robbery. So both of them had something to do with it. Sucks to have this story happen, but I think that people need to know about it. Followed this man home, and his wife came out, his son came out like trying to stop it, and this fool actually pulled out a gun and shot his wife in the face. It's terrible, terrible to even know about, you guys. What y'all think about this? Lower East Side in New York. What else we got here? We got not going in. Lisa said not going anywhere near New York. Caucasian African said new criminal, LOL. Online Poker Rush, LOL, Car Kid. What else we got? Sarah N said, I'm not the last I'm not the last of anything. You are in a bubble. The rest of the country and the world sees what is really going on. It's clear as day. John Brown, the 16-year-old, will probably still be tried as an adult, though, maybe. Yeah, he definitely will. I think so, too, because it's a murder charge. Keisha said both need to go to jail for life. Chubb said, wow, killed in front of her family and beat up the son. That is incredibly cold and uncalled for. Just take the money and run. Yeah, man. Down, look at that. Online said, down the Lower East Side is not that bad either. I'm shocked. It's not even, man. So that's why, no, but guess what? They followed him. And that's what happened. Wherever they followed him from, probably work or something like that, and they waited till he got in this hallway. They said they got off the elevator with him on the 8th floor. So whatever they were doing wasn't making it seem like they were really following him. But anybody looking like Sideshow Bob with them stupid dreads coming out the top of their head definitely need to be on point about him. Because number one, they look ignorant. Bottom line, if you look like a fool, 9 times out of 10, y'all need to be looking out for these people. His whole demeanor said idiot when I saw his picture. John Brown said, yo, what the F? They beat up the son. He witnessed the son, yeah, the goon killing his moms. Yeah, yo, what the F? It's fucked up, y'all. Do me a favor. Stories like this you probably wouldn't even be able to see again. Trying to get those likes up to at least 80. We got a lot of people up in the building. Let's do it, y'all. We got 262 people. Oh, we got that 80. I'm not bothering y'all no more. Now, y'all going to just keep on getting hit with the heat because y'all already gave me what I wanted. So we got this out. And I got more. We're gonna rock now. I got my number. Let's go.
Well, detectives actually believe the 16-year-old is the one who fired the shot, but because both were involved in that robbery that ultimately led to the killing, both are being charged with murder. In Chinatown, Janice Yu, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And that's how we said it. Somebody said the same thing. Now we know for a fact, if that's the case, somebody said the 16-year-old is going to be charged as an adult. And you were right. They're going to definitely charge him as an adult now. All right, y'all. Like I said, I'm not going to stop the video no more. I'm just going to keep it going because we got a lot of heat in the chamber. Yeah, this is something I want you guys to see when it comes down to this PPP loan fraud situation that we got here. Like I tell you all the time, it seems like a lot of people get into office, Nancy Pelosi, and get rich. Kathy Joku Hoku, been in office since black and white pictures, since they was 18 years old, dead broke as a helper, working on campaigns. Now multimillionaires to the point where Nancy Pelosi has an entire app dedicated to following her trades because she's made so much monetary off of being a politician. Well, check this out. Sometimes they don't do it that way. They find other ways to do it, and then the husbands try to, make their little bit of money. They get in the office and they find ways to shift money, like we saw the other day with the Queen's situation, with the other what was that? I can't remember the husband and the wife that are basically going to jail. One has 11 years, and now the wife is being charged and she's going to court. I bring all of this up and I bring it into the politics because we have this situation with this politician here. Her name is Corey. What's her name? What's this lady name? The husband of her name is Corey Bush. Her husband was indicted for COVID loan fraud. And like I said, you guys, I'm surprised that they still looking for this with such less manpower in like the IRS and stuff. But I see, as we can see, they still have a dedicated team that's still looking for people that stole money under the PPE and the Protection Act, the COVID whatever they call it, COVID-19 scams. I think they actually this person here, they probably forgave his debt, but they found a lot of stuff that was lined up with it. Let me just stop talking and just show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me let them tell it.
Squad member Corey Bush has been charged with wire fraud related to small business loans he received during the pandemic.
Federal prosecutors say Courtney Merritt filed fraudulent applications for COVID relief, securing tens of thousands of dollars in government aid. This is a copy of the indictment filed in D.C. federal court. According to the DOJ, Bush's husband filed 2 Paycheck Protection Program loan applications in 2020 and 2021 for COVID emergency funds that were being offered to struggling small businesses. Here's some of the allegations made inside the indictment. Prosecutors say Merritt owned a moving business called Vetted Couriers and applied for an economic injury disaster loan with the SBA, using false representations with the intent to defraud. He received $8,500 for that loan on July 7th, 2020. The day after receiving the loan, another loan application was submitted, but under a different business name, Courtney Merritt, named after himself. Prosecutors say that loan was rejected because it was nearly identical to his previous application, according to the indictment. Prosecutors say after the second loan was rejected, Merritt filed for a PPP loan in 2021 for the Courtney Merritt business and claimed it generated $128,000 in gross income and employed 10 people, something the DOJ says was falsified. Prosecutors say Merritt misrepresented the number of employees and forged supporting documents in order to receive a higher loan amount. This led to a payout of nearly $21,000, which was forgiven by the government when Merritt claimed he spent the money on payroll costs. Under purpose of the scheme to defraud in the indictment, prosecutors say Merritt would attempt to file and cause the filing of materially false applications and requests for an EIDL and PPP funds, which he was not entitled to receive, and to spend the fraudulently obtained money totaling over $20,832 for his own benefit and enjoyment. Lawyers for Merritt denied the allegations, releasing a statement saying Mr. Merritt intends to plead not guilty to the charges. As with any indictment, this is only the government's version of the story. We look forward to litigating this case in federal court in Washington, D.C. Merritt's wife, former Missouri Congresswoman Cori Bush, served 2 terms representing St. Louis before losing her seat in the 2024 Democratic primary. She is not named in the indictment and has not been accused of any wrongdoing. However, Bush previously faced controversy for paying her husband thousands of dollars from her campaign funds to work as her security guard.
Thousands of dollars she paid her husband to work as a security guard. He's so used to doing all this corrupt stuff and thinking that she gonna cover his back. It's just plain as day, allegedly. He's just so used to it that he's like, you know what? I've been getting away with it this long. This fool tried to file a claim and then filed another one with the same information. Who be playing with the government like that and don't think that he gonna get in trouble and get caught up? And the thing is, the sinker is, once you get the money, now you got to deal with the problem. He done spent it all on himself. Then he going to lie and say he used it to pay people. Now they want to see some receipts. And if you don't got them receipts, y'all know what's coming next. You ready? How you doing, sir? Yeah, turn around. Hands behind your back, please. Yeah, let me get the other one. You ready? Now you're doing this. The stupid ride. And who wants to take this ride right here when they got a salt and pepper beard after getting this old, getting to this point in life? Doing all of that, and then you're gonna wind up going to jail. Stupid is as stupid does. So me, I'd rather do it the hard way, buddy. Knock on doors, kiss babies, clean some floors, whatever I gotta do. I ain't doing nothing stupid like that to get myself jammed up. Especially, 19 years old, 20 young, whatever. Okay, whatever, maybe, not even though, right? But salt and pepper beard, in your 50s, playing around with your freedom? Yeah, okay. What's going on, y'all? What y'all think? What y'all got to say? What y'all got to say to me in these comments? Online Poker Rush and Mental State say lobbyists. Be good. God is waiting for you. Yes, I know he is. Online Poker said they have taken advantage of the common man for far too long, and they got used to it. They're getting used to doing that. That's what happens. Online said and meant to say lobbyists. What you talking about? Frank Vrooman. Our representatives are jokes. They're employees. John Brown, yep, you know he wasn't paying anyone with that. He wasn't paying nobody with that. No receipts at all. And now they asking for the receipts, and now he gonna be in trouble. And then she gonna be single outside there trying to bring him some dough. I mean, bring him some soap or some commissary money. You better be ready, boo, because he going to jail. He want that money. And it's such a low amount. Like, come on, like, you serious? Like, it wasn't even worth it. 20 grand to mess up your name and to get all that and to have to deal with that. It's going to cost him more to deal with legal issues and get a lawyer than he made off of all of that. So I think it's stupid. That was really dumb. Now we're going to get into Tampon Tim. No homo and pause. Because I ain't trying to get into none of that, but y'all already know what I mean. Tampon Tim, the almost vice president under Kamala Harris, he said that Republicans, he can take them. He said he could take them. What y'all think? Y'all think that if any Republicans in the comments think that Tampon Tim can beat you? Because he said he can. But Kane, the WWE wrestling superstar, said, come on, I'm a Republican. You think all of them got salty hair? No, I ain't got no salty hair. Even if it is, I was in the WWE. He said he'll fight him with his hand behind his back.
President Trump will be in Philly tomorrow on the next stop of his American Masculinity Tour, the NCAA Wrestling Championships. Donald Trump knows optics. He's already attended the UFC Championship many, many times, NASCAR's Daytona 500, the Super Bowl, played golf with Tiger Woods. In other words, living every man's dream. Each stop reinforces that Trump and the MAGA movement fully embrace men and masculinity. And it's no secret that Democrats have a masculinity problem. Even The Atlantic admits that. But have no fear. Democrats have a secret weapon up their sleeves. Tough guy Tim Walz to the rescue. It's not us saying it, it's him saying it. Here he is talking to Gavin Newsom about how he would deal with MAGA.
I think I could kick most of their I do think that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
WWE got us thinking. WWE Hall of Famer Kane, real name Glenn Jacobs, is here with us. Mayor now of Knox County, Tennessee. Is Tim Walz a worthy opponent for you?
No, he's not. But he threw down the gauntlet, so I had to pick it up.
All right. And this is now a challenge?
Yes. When Governor Walz said that he could kick most Trump supporters' rears, in a WWE style match, actually, I figured that, well, I mean, I may as well call him on that. If you're going to say something like that, you have to expect someone's going to take up the challenge. So I challenged him to a charity wrestling contest.
Have you heard back?
I have not at this point. And that,
of course you haven't heard back. Tim ain't trying to get slammed in no ring. He is not trying to get slammed around and get beat up. Come on, y'all kidding me? What we got over here? John Brown said, I hope they activate him to run for the presidency. Laughing my ass off. No way he could ever win. Dude was the laughing stock of the country for the entire campaign. Clueless, a Coomer weirdo. Lisa, they got smoky eyes, eyeliner. Denny Blaze said she needs to go to jail too for the campaign funds. Yep. Tim Hart said, I appreciate that. Marielle, good morning, Marielle. Shows the ridiculous of these politicians. Frank Ruman, so what's the answer? Sarah Trump, bad? ? Blacks for Trump said, Bruce Jenner could beat a Tampon Tim. John Brown said, Tim is all talk. Yo, that's crazy, y'all. You know Kane will tear him up. Stop playing.
That's unfortunate because I already have a corporate title sponsor. I'm serious about this. Lots of people have pledged money. I figure we could raise several $100,000 with this event, and it would all go to charity. We'd split the gate 50-50. Half would go to my charity, half would go to his. So it's a great opportunity actually to have some fun, but then also to benefit a great cause.
Okay, so I'm a golfer. I never really watched wrestling, forgive me, but that probably doesn't come as a surprise to anybody. But in that sense, like in golf, you have handicaps, right? For better golfers, they have to give strokes to the worst golfers. Sure. Would it be fair that like you'd have to do this with one hand tied behind your back or something?
Yeah, we could figure out some sort of stipulation to even the odds a little bit. I think that he would be facing a huge uphill battle. I think he's about 6'1" and 230 pounds. I'm legitimately 6'8" and still about 300 pounds. And he does not have the pedigree that I have in combat sports. So, yeah, and look, I mean, I'd be open to that. We can have some negotiations about what kind of contest that he would feel comfortable that he could at least survive, I guess.
I would volunteer to be the announcer if you don't already have one. But I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds here, and I think this is important. How do Democrats get their the masculinity thing back? Because we saw this shift from working class men. Was it because of culture or economics they went from Democrat to Republican?
Yeah, that's a great question. And seriously, they have a huge problem on their hands. I think what's happened is they have just catered so much to the extreme far left wing of their party that they've completely lost their way. We're talking about a party for a couple of years who has basically been saying there's no difference between a man and a woman, who has been demonizing men and really demonizing strong people. And now it's like they're flailing, trying to figure out how to get back into the game, and they just can't do it. They're listening to their consultants, and it's not working for them.
I'm going to keep you guys posted. If Tim takes the challenge, we will know. You already heard Kane said he got a bunch of title sponsors, corporate sponsors, that's literally willing to put up dough. I think that'd be cool to see Tampon Tim get lifted up and one of those slams to come down and have him like hit the canvas and everything. That'd be cool to see, right? I know a lot of people would pay to see that, especially a lot of y'all. Y'all are literally pay cable, pay-per-view, everything to see that match right there. I already know. Mikey Paul said, online poker, I can't, bro, laughing my ass off. Blacks for Trump said, Tampon Timmy couldn't beat Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Online said, let me get ready to go get some flowers for Timmy because I'm going to have to visit him in the hospital soon. John Brown said, I don't know if the Dems can ever get the masculinity card back. They trashed their name for the last 8 years. Kindred laughing her ass off. Online Poker said, Tim probably couldn't beat the man in the video game, let alone fighting. Real talk. Y'all already know he couldn't even beat him in a video game. Lisa said, we all start out the same. Then go to no balls. Tim Walls. Oh my God, y'all really literally got me up in here crying like, yo, y'all is fucking hilarious, yo. Woo, I'm glad I showed y'all that story. I don't know where we at with the numbers, and I'm hoping you guys like the content, so do me a favor. I know we passed the number, but go ahead and double tap that, hit them 3 buttons, hit the like button. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. Y'all already know that nobody messing with us from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock hour. Yesterday, we actually did 2 hours, but I don't even care because we keep it rocking. As long as we having a good time, I don't mind. We still got some more to cover with President Trump. I want you guys to see what we have going on here because there's more information, and you know how I do. I'm not gonna always play like the clip straight through, but when there's tidbits of information that I do think that we need to have, I gotta share it because we need to know this information. That was a fantastic story. Uplifted me too. Real good to laugh like that on a Sunday morning, ain't it? And y'all wonder why I come here. Man, listen, I'm cheating. I always have fun when I do Our Bottom Line. So now we got Trump asked, are you under any obligations to deal with criminals before they are deported? Meaning, he's being asked if he has any other obligations that he has to cater to before he's actually before he's given the power to get rid of illegal criminals. Meaning, can this judge do what he's trying to do to him and try to stop him from deporting illegal criminals? He's going to talk about this topic right here. Again, I need you guys to know this because this just came out. This was actually yesterday, so let's go.
Mr. President, do you think you have the authority, the power to round up people, deport them, and then you're under no obligation to a court to show the evidence against them?
Well, that's what the law says, and that's what our country needs, because we were, unfortunately, they allowed millions of people to come into our country, totally unvetted, totally unchecked. So you ought to ask, did he have the authority to allow millions of people? Did Biden have the authority to do something that's unthinkable? Have open borders where millions of people poured into our country, totally unvetted and totally unchecked, just as you would say. And many of those people were criminals. Many of them were from jails and prisons and mental institutions.
What I'm noticing is that a lot of the people that are in the jails here in the United States, they were in the jails in their country. So you mean to tell me, as soon as you come to, you get out, you free, you commit another crime and you in another jail, that kind of means that's where you need to be. And we don't need extra people in the jail, so why not get them the hell out of here and let them go serve in their country, because they're going to get deported anyway. Real talk.
And gang members and drug dealers and very dangerous people. Many were murderers. We have 11,088 that we know of murderers they murdered. Of that number, at least half killed more than one person. They're in our country. They're in a location near you. Biden allowed that to happen to our country. And his people that really ran the country. And the person that operated the auto pen, I think we ought to find out who that was, because I guess that was the real president. So when you ask me if we have the authority, did Biden have the authority to allow millions of people to come into our country? Many of these people hardened criminals at the top of the line who have caused tremendous damage in our country. You see them in New York City fighting with our police. I mean, literally having fist fights in the street with our police. These are tough, hard criminals. Many of them came out of jails, and not just South America, from all over the world. They came out from Africa, from the Congo. They came out from Asia.
So what I notice is that every single area that I go in, let's say if I go into a heavily populated African area, let's just say case in point, 116th Street between 8th Avenue and Lenox Avenue. You used to be able to walk down the street regular like this. Nope, not anymore. Ain't nothing but mopeds all on the side, on the street, and it's like groups of people just hanging out all times of night, on both sides of the street. So he's right about that. It's not just one group of race of people. It's not just like Guatemalans or Venezuelans. Once the borders were open, we started to see everybody from all races come in because the borders were open. It's just like if the store is open, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and go up in there, y'all. You're not going to be able to tell what sort of race or person is going to come patronize your business. It's just like that. So that's what's been going on. It's not just one race. It's not just one denomination. It's much more than one. It's a lot of different people.
Not just South America, but many from South America. These are hard, tough criminals, and we have to get them out. And a judge sitting behind a bench someplace got a nice appointment. You can't take that away from the people that are responsible. Now, in this case, Marco Rubio has a lot of big decisions to make, and he's a fantastic person, a great man. I think he'll be our best. I think he has a chance to be our best Secretary of State. He's been doing incredibly. He works so hard. He's gone to so many different countries already.
Yeah, guys. So that's where we at with it. Talking about what's going on with the obligations to the courts. He still has to answer to that the federal judge when it comes down to letting those Tren de la Aragua, MS-13, and the other criminals go back to what was that, Venezuela the other day, or was it Guatemala? It was one of those places that they went back to. You guys remember when the judge says, no, turn the plane back around. These people need to have their due process and their day in court. And we talked about that. So that's what he's talking about when it comes down to that. They basically have been stonewalling this judge. They have not responded to his request. The judge wants to know specific times. What time did the plane take off? What time did you get the order? Who was on the plane? So they want to know every single person that was actually sent away. And on the other side of that, there are family members that are saying, my family member wasn't a drug dealer. They're miscategorizing them. So there's a lot of back and forth and pushing in this area. I like to stay neutral and just get the story out so you guys know what they're talking about. What we got in the comments here, see what you guys are talking about here. What we got? Tim Hart said, now it's not the time to be sensitive and to be someone's savior. It's about us only. He said it's about us only. So get on board or get lost. F your feelings. What we got? Money Tree said, at John Brown, facts, no printer. Blacks for Trump. Marco Rubio is doing his job. 260 Glazy. LOL, blame Trump for ICE agent, bad judgment. What else we got? Andrea said they were sent to El Salvador. Thank you. El Salvador is where they were sent to a super max prison. Thank you, Andra. Appreciate that. Online said he should have been playing soccer in Europe. They like it more anyway, don't we? Can't watch soccer here. If he was a football player, he wouldn't have been deported. Wow. Okay, El Salvador, bro. Don't even know his facts. No, I made a mistake. Also, I made a mistake. It's all good. Car care. Trump love everybody. Mad Hatter, El Salvador. Thank you guys for correcting me on that. And we covered that the other day, but I don't have it in front of me, so sometimes I might forget. I can't remember everything. Not making any excuses. And with that being said, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always told you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So what I want you guys to do today is what? Because y'all ain't give none up, because y'all probably ain't got that much, and I understand. Because we're dealing with tariffs. We're dealing with taxes. Don't got that much money. But you know what I got for y'all? Money, 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 money. Like I always tell you, go into the description, check out those surveys. We have up to $500 worth of surveys today. Tonight, I will be posting 3 people who actually made money off of these surveys that I keep telling you guys about. So what you need to do, if you want to make some money, like I said, it's up to $500 worth of surveys in the descriptions today. What you want to do is go into the description, click that survey, and see if you have a chance to make some money as well. If you do, let me know. Let me see like the total somewhere. Maybe you want to send me a screenshot. Maybe you want to send me a picture holding up some money. But I like for other people to know that these surveys actually work. And I get my cut too. So with that being said, also, y'all can't forget, because we're going to keep on talking about this too, because it's coming up. It's the Show Your Talent show that's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. That punch that I keep on showing you guys all of the time. So next month, starting on the 1st, we're going to be doing talent shows live from different locations. You could come out, whatever your talent is, show us your talent, see if you could win a $250 borough bonus. After that, everybody from all the boroughs are going to come together and they're going to go for the $1,000 grand prize. So yes, you have a chance of making up to $1,250 if you want to be a part of the Show Your Talent show. Comes along with merch, comes along with product, as well as big drip sweatsuits and stuff like that. We'll get into it. I'm going to be a host. We have several other celebrity hosts that are going to be there. We're starting in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. That's New York. And then we're going to be going to other states. That's right, Atlanta. We're going to be coming to Los Angeles. We're going to be coming to your state, especially my people in Detroit, my people in VA. We coming out there because we go where the support is at. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this talent show go everywhere so that everybody can benefit from it. What's that, a tip right there? Let me see. We got $20, and we're going to thank you so much, Andra. Andra just blessed the channel with $20, one of the biggest supportive donations that we've got. That's so much support right there. We really do appreciate you, Andra. And she said, I hope these judges get out of Trump's way so that he can do what's needed to be done, what needs to be done. She already got 4 likes on that. Y'all see that? Andra already got 4 likes on that, and you're getting another one from me, and you're getting a bunch of love from me, Andra. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel, become a member, because we do this every single day. And if you like what you're seeing, you definitely can be a member, and you can be a co-host, because I like people like that. Not just the fact that you have good content and you have something to say. We love to have reception going on in the comments, because like I always tell you guys, I could stand here and play clips by myself. What am I going to be doing if I can't come to the comments and not have you guys, back and forth with me so that we can have some dialogue? That's why I do this every day. That's why I keep coming back like a bad sore, and I'm not going nowhere. So hopefully you guys appreciate the content and you keep on subscribing. We're on our way to 30,000 subscribers. We really appreciate all of the support, all of the love. We even like the haters, because it still counts in the comments. Y'all just don't even know. With that being said, everybody under the sound of my voice, please have a fantastic Sunday. Have a good day. Enjoy your day. In New York, it's nice outside. If I were you, I would go get some air. I would hang out, chill with my family, probably do something that I don't normally do. But you know what? Do whatever is going to make you happy. And again, I will be here tomorrow. Y'all already know this is an everyday thing with me because I'm dedicated like that. This is our bottom line. I appreciate you guys. Kendra, Mary, Batty, Chad, online, VIP auction, all of y'all. Don't think I don't know who you are and I don't appreciate you. Even my new guys, Mad Hatter, know who you are. Love your content. Stay around. Please keep on chiming in because this is our channel. This is our bottom line. And with that being said, y'all already know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Get 'em! 1.